and begins Sajda. Sajda is a short surah. Also talks about creation in general, and then the creation of a human being, and the commandment and creation, and the story of Sayyidina Musa briefly towards the end. The surah was promising the Prophet ﷺ that one day he's going to meet Sayyidina Musa, and he did meet him on the night of Isra and Mi'raj. فَلَا تَكُنْ فِي مِرْيَةٍ مِّن لِقَائِهِ. Don't be in doubt that you're going to meet him. So they met him. He met twice. When he was going on the way, he saw him praying in his qabr, in his grave. Right to Musa yusalli. In his grave. He was praying. That's why the hayatul anbiya fi quburihim. The prophets are alive in their graves. And the people who have problem of iman deny that. Ahya'un. There's only one who is living prays. So, and then he met him again in the heavens, so twice. So that's the end of Luqman and Sajda, and that leads to Ahzab. The name comes from Ahzab, means confederates, because after the Battle of Uhud, the Meccans still felt the need that they have to completely wipe out the Muslim community in Medina. So they make a big federation with all the tribes. They came about more than 10,000. They came to attack Muslims in Medina. So that's why you call Ahzab. And so before they arrived, the Muslims, they dug trenches around Medina. So some people call it also Khandaq, Battle of trenches. And that was a strategy that unknown in Arabia. It was a strategy that was suggested by Salman, who came from Persia. So this war technique was not known to the Arabs, but he brought that with him. He came where he came from. So Persia has an empire, so they have in warfare. So, and that was saved the Muslims. So when they arrived, they saw that there's big trenches around, and their horses cannot go over trenches. So they camped around Medina. It was one of the most difficult time. Sometimes some of the Sahaba are saying that you're even scared of going out, to washroom, because you don't know where you can come back. So, but alhamdulillah, finally, they waited long. Only a few of their horsemen managed to find some narrow place, and they came in, but they quickly ran back. They were Muslims blocked them. Some of them were killed, and some of them they went back. So anyway, so that surah is named after that incident because it's mentioned in that surah. But the surah, of course, talks a lot about also treat the subject of nifaq, of hypocrisy, because that's when trials come. That's when people's real true nature comes. When everything is in time of peace is hard to tell. In times of tribulation, then yes. So because of that difficult situation that Muslims were in, some of the people who were not truly Muslims, but among the Muslims, that makes excuses. I want to go home. Take off. I need to do this. I need to do this. And also, some of them will not call Medina by the name that the Prophet ﷺ named it. You should also know that they insidiously not accepting the situation. They say, قال يا أهل يثرب لا مقام لكم. يا أهل المدينة. So that also is shows that they are still not happy that Medina has been named, Yathrib has been named Medina. But also, the surah discusses a lot about Prophet ﷺ and his family. First, there were incidents where they ask him for things he can't afford. He doesn't have his wife's household expenses and all this. So then there is that story is there. God said that call them, let them make a choice. They want to have this abundance of this worldly life. I can give them that. They want to choose Allah and His Messenger, with all the scarcity that comes with it. That's their choice. So the Prophet ﷺ called them. He said, Allah, I give you 1 month. Think about it, whatever you want to do. Continue with living in the means we have. If you want better life, I'm sure somebody else is there. Anyway, so that was, and God consoled them. It's human nature. Console his family. Tell them that that whoever obeys Allah and prays, and Allah will double you. So whatever rewards that other women get, Allah will give you double of that. And Allah give them that privilege. ضعفين كان ذلك Allah will double you. Allah will purify you. Allah will raise your rank in the hereafter for all the sacrifice you made, and because of your life. So anyway, that's one of the major themes as well. And also the ending of the practice of putting your adopted child as your biological child. So Quran ended that. They used to have in Arabia before Islam, somebody would say, okay, this is so-and-so is my son. That is my real, so that it can inherit him when he dies. So that Quran, the surah ended that as well. You can't, your adopted son cannot be like your biological son. Cannot inherit you. And if they divorce a wife, you can marry them because they are not a biological child. But you can marry your biological child, divorcee, and vice versa, or things like that. Anyway, that practice was ended. So those are the main themes of the surah. And also, again, as I said, it was mainly the household of the Prophet ﷺ also. He spoke about also the Sahabas, the etiquette of entering the house of the Prophet ﷺ. Because sometimes people will come into his house and they will sit there and take time, and every human being wants private time, but they will not feel that need. And Prophet ﷺ will not feel like telling them that you can go now. Which is said Amr will chase them. So he doesn't, Allah will just sit there, he will not say anything. So God said, I'm going to have to speak up for him. يستحي منكم والله يستحي من الحق. Prophet feel shy, but Allah does not feel shy. I'll tell you the truth. So he said that if you come to eat in his house, eat and go. Don't eat and sit and linger around and chat. Because that, so the social etiquette that we need to keep in mind. Don't stick around. When somebody invites you in his house, you eat and alhamdulillah, then maybe don't extend your stay. Maybe they want rest, they want private time and things like that. So anyway, you should keep that in mind. So yeah, with that ends Surah Al-Ahzab, and inshallah we'll continue tomorrow with Sabah and Fatir and leaders of the Yasin, I think. إن شاء الله. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم.